Once again, lovely ladies and handsome gentlemen, welcome back to my humble channel. And if this is your first time, a special welcome to you. Straight jackets are on the pegs and meds are on the counter, and make yourself at home. Blue Sage here, with the lovely marvel of technology and my tinkering and poking with different stuff. I believe that I'm currently successfully broadcasting to you my Xbox footage. All copyrights to Microsoft, of course, and so forth. This is merely educational and documentary and fair use and so forth. This is my, well, let me say, it's been a while since I did some content. I apologize for that. I want to comment on that. I just, real life is a bear. I'm not going to get into details, but, guys, my stuff's going to be spotty, at least for now. I also had some technical issues where my laptop went down, and took me a while to monkey with it to get it back into working order, because it's not going to have money to sink into replacement things and so forth. So anyway, hopefully back on track, as you can see, and we're going to get more stuff here on the channel soon. Was a lot of buzz about this game. I saw somebody else playing it, complaining about it, because there is a glitch that exists in it, so you can dupe items, like with lots of games, especially of this ilk, and I'm not going to touch on that right now. They may post it that one time, but you can find other people who've given serviceable, if not the best, reviews of that, demonstrations and tutorials on how to do the item duplication glitch. So I'm not going to do that. That's not what this is for. I just wanted to show off the game. If you can't tell just from the loading screen, it's a gorgeous game, and it's actually a good game. Like, I want to say it's good. Does it have its flaws? Yeah, every game nowadays has flaws. They can't make a completely airtight game. And I guess they said that they did on this one, like they did Q&A testing, and it was bug-proof, and certain other unnamed tubers and maybe others, gamers and things, were spoofing on that. And, hey, you know what? Games have bugs, and they don't... Even if they take the time to try and test them all out, like, they're not going to find every single one. It just, the things are so complex, and there's so much code, and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I'm done equivocating for them. This game's called The Outer Worlds, and I think it hasn't been out for a super long time. Maybe I'm behind the curve. But, I've already started a game. I'm not going to do, this isn't my playthrough or walkthrough, let's play, whatever. I may do that again, though. I'm thinking I may do another, an evil playthrough, or a bad guy playthrough, where I'm, kind of more intimidation and persuasion. This is more of a persuasion game and good guy and all that. But, I just wanted to show it off. Let me go ahead and jump in, get the loading screen going. It's just a really gorgeous game, and it's made by Obsidian. And for those people that don't know, Obsidian are the guys that were originally... Most of the guys that were originally behind the early Fallouts, and also subsequently Obsidian was the company that was contracted with said same guys, was contracted to make Fallout New Vegas, which a lot of people have argued was the best modern Fallout out of all of them, that all the Bethesda ones are just, trashy, or obviously, arguably, nobody, I don't think, would dispute that all of the Bethesda ones have major issues, and forever will so, most likely. Anyway, so this is made by Obsidian, and some people have called it the Borderlands killer, because the gameplay does share a lot of mechanics and looks and similarities with the Borderlands setting and series, and some people have called it the Fallout killer, and I don't know, that might be a bit ambitious, that might be a lot to hang on them, but I mean, it is a very solid an enjoyable game, I think, and so I wanted to show it off. It's called The Outer Worlds. It is on Game Pass on Xbox, for those familiar with the service. Otherwise, of course, you can purchase a digital copy or pick it up at GameStop or what have you, but it's really nice. It's just, the world is lush and crisp. I don't know if it's showing up as well because the way I'm doing my stream through to my computer all hackneyed to record this footage to upload it. But at any rate, it's a first-person shooter RPG for those who couldn't tell. And, of course, some people, if you're like me, you don't like only being able to have one weapon at your or two weapons, rather, at your disposal max. And some people don't think it realistic enough when you can carry around just a whole cartload full of guns, different kinds of guns, or every gun available in a game. So I guess this one kind of splits the middle for you. Your main character can carry 4. And you do get companions or squad members or whatever you want to call them, and they can carry a max of 2 each. I personally normally choose to try and give them a good gun and a melee to you know, make it so they can handle both situations. So they get something up in their face, they can switch their melee and womp it. You know what I mean? And they also have ranged attack. Of course, there's armor as well, but it's a 2-piece system for everybody with armor. You have your armor and you have your helmet. And some people might not like that sort of minimalized design, but well, I can appreciate the realism of games that have gloves and pants and boots and shoulder pads and earrings and watches. And, you get my point. I can appreciate this too, where it's just, okay, I only have 2 pieces I got to deal with. They have this effects on this, and they have that effects on that. And that's it. I don't have to try and micromanage the armor so much, because there's a lot of other stuff to it. That's not to say it's all just ripped out guts and everything. There is, you get, there's a lot of mechanics. I don't want to go too much into it just in this video, but you get, here, of course, you have your consumables that help you and your healing items. It's supposed to be like an inhaler. And it boosts your heal. You can also later get, skills and perks that boost your companion's health when you use your inhaler as well, although they'll get a diminished return on it from what you get. A bunch of mechanics like okay, these are mods. You can put mods into your weapons and also your armor, and they will give the armor different boosts. And then of course, let me jump back over to that to show various different. Now, a lot of the armor does not have any slots, but here, this piece I'm wearing, this actually has 4 slots, which is really good for a piece of armor. But the weapons invariably usually have at least some slots for you to put. It's mainly the weapon mods. Of course, the armor again is more minimalized in the system. The guns and weapons, or guns and melee and all that, you can mod, and then you also get, it'll take you weapon parts and armor parts respectively. Yes, I've used the dupe glitch. I'm not supposed to have 10 million and 12 million of them. Just ignore that. I think I'll do the Let's Play clean, or try to, just for shits and giggles, and I might bump up the difficulty just so y'all can laugh at me dying a bunch. Excuse me. So you have those, and you use those to repair and upgrade and mod your stuff. And yes, there is repair in this game. Your stuff degrades, like your armor degrades, it takes damage. Your weapons degrade as you put more bullets down them or swing them more. But it's not done obnoxiously so, like in a lot of other games I could mention. It's manageable. It's just a minor realism that doesn't really interrupt the flow of gameplay the way it's done. And I'll show that in a minute. You have bypass shunts to hack computers, and mag picks to pick locks, and also that's skill dependent, but you also need, basically these are your lock picks. Just, you have a box lock pick, and in addition to your box lock pick, you also have your computer hacker keycard lock pick, whatever. Not to be confused with key cards for doors, which you'll also encounter that too in game, but I digress. Your gear doing stuffsies is handled by this. I'm also on our ship. We get a ship in the game pretty early on, and we fly around space, and so some people will probably be giddy with that. We'll look at the ship in a minute, but if you go over here into engineering, yes, we get a robot friend. He keeps our ship clean. That's very nice. And we also have a professional engineer on staff. That's not her, that's Felix. He's kind of a chucklehead, but we like him anyway. So, workbench. You'll find workbenches all over the world, and you hit the workbench, and you can modify, and this is where we put mods on our stuff. You can tinker, which is just, you sink bits, which is the in-game money, into just grinding up. See how the weapons is level 26, level 26, level 25, level 6. You can level up the weapons as well as the characters, although instead of the weapons getting experience, you just dump money into them. Like so. And I will buy this weapon getting more damage, even though it's a garbage weapon and I'm just wasting the bits. It's fine. It's fine. So, as you can see, now it does 249 DPS instead of what was like 70 something at level 6. but you can only upgrade weapons. You can only buy weapons up to 5 levels above your main character's current experience level. So keep that in mind. Getting really deep in these menus and features and stuff. That's not what I want to. I want to show how beautiful the game is, because as a gamer who normally cares more about the gameplay than the look pretty, because of how the look pretty gets abused, when it's a game that does both, I can really appreciate it. I mean, look at this. That's spoiler alert. That's the Groundbreaker. That's the free nation in the Halcyon cluster, which is where this game is based. And so, the name of our ship is the Unreliable, and I won't spoil how we get the ship and all that. And as you can see, there's the Groundbreaker, an independent orbital station in the remains of Halcyon's first colony ship, captained by Junio Tennyson and run by descendants of the original crew. And you have your various locations in space. You normally have to have some kind of pass code access to, and that's the way they lock you out of going places that you're not supposed to be yet. But basically, as you can see, I got a green icon here, and that's my mission marker. And you go to a planet, and let's see, you pick a spot to land. So we'll go. I apologize if that echoed. I don't know if I got all my hardware volumes down for this. It's been a rough couple of weeks, people. Just cut me some slack. Or bust my balls in the comments if it's your fancy. As long as you're not picking on each other, just pick on me. That's fine. It's fine. I can handle it. So yeah, this is Ada, the ship's computer. She's obnoxious. I'm in the mood for some entertainment. Oh God, let's have her tell us a joke. This should be good. That was terrible. Okay, play my favorite song. It's Spacer's Choice. That's not my favorite song. Ooh. Sounded like we had an audio glitch there, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, you guys get the idea. And yeah, all the different factions have their own. Yes, of course you do. So all the different factions in the game, and yes, there's factions. Yeah, there's level ups. It's like character building RPG. You'll pick certain boosts for your main attribute groups at the beginning of the game, and then as you get level ups, you'll get skill points, as well as every other level up gives you a single perk point, and you can choose perks and yada yada yada. Oh, also your companions level up, and you don't control their skills in any way, but they will get unique perks to themselves, which mainly complement your characters, or your companions, and or your perks, yada yada yada. You know, they're supplementary, as it were. But yeah, as they level up, you'll get to pick their perks too. What was I going right before that? Oh, the factions. You'll build faction reputation for doing quests for them, and also if you kill people and or steal their stuff and or just act like a jackass, then you'll get bad. So, and you can get kill on sight if you piss somebody out bad enough. It also increased their vendor prices. You'll find vending machines. I know I'm one on the ship, but maybe we'll see one down on the planet I can point out and demonstrate. There's also live vendors, and you'll get, of course, skill perks that allow you to increase your bargaining powers with them and so forth. But we're not going to get into all the minutia. Anyway, I'm going to go down to the planet. It's going to ask me to choose from a couple of the companions. Spoiler alert, there's all the companions. Oops. Sorry, I won't give them all up, but we'll just go with the couple I have queued up and armored and ready. And so you get a quest, and somebody tells you to go somewhere and do something and clear out these gobbledygooks and fetch these quests, items, and rescue so-and-so and whatever else it is, and get bits and new gear and increased rep and thus better bargaining rates. But it's all done really well. If you can't tell, they do the realistic like advertisements here for Rizzo's Spectrum vodka, a glass for every class, and each one, as I said, when you exit the vending machines after using them, for instance, the Spacer's Choice one, it plays the little jingle. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice, because they're supposed to be like the discount version. And a lot of people recognize these tropes from existent in similar games of this genre and style, like, for instance, oh, I don't know, Fallout or Borderlands and so forth. But it's neat. It's a lot of fun. It's reasonably well put together. It's really well put together by today's standards, I would say. I have not found a lot of game reviews. There's a couple spots where I get kind of stuck in the landscape if I go poking too hard, which is bad because it has a lot of those platforming goodies hidden chests and so forth to loot, like Borderlands made a lot of use of. Not so much Fallout as I recall, but Borderlands really made use of it, and you can see the terrains are just, this is one planet, people. This is just one. And they're all kind of have their own little flavor and unique. It's not just all, variations of brown and bland like certain other games that we've mentioned here, or series. The skies are great, the backgrounds are just, the buildings are fantastic, there's neon and there's goodies and strange flora and fauna, and there's even space rats, shortened to sprats. I don't know if I can find one though. Of course, when I'm looking, I probably won't be able to find one. But I think, honestly, it's just an amazing game. But you would come down, you would get a little quest, you would go outside. I'm going to try and go outside and hopefully... Oh, I'd like to find some people to fight, but the things respawning seems a little spotty, so I don't know. We'll try it. Seems I got a little bit of a, or had a little bit of a problem going on there with the feed. Maybe due to my network too, because my roommate plays WoW, and that's, or so does, well, two people in my house play WoW, so, and no, one of them's not me. That caused a considerable bit of resource use. Oh yeah. Yeah, so they'll banter with each other, and of course some characters get on better than others, and gotta love that though. It's just a nice little touch when they put stuff in that. But so yeah, we're out here in the outer greater world, and I remember what I was going off and forgot about. You can fast travel, assuming you're not encumbered. And spoiler alert, you can get a perk eventually that makes it so you can fast travel even if you are encumbered. So yeah, there's that. So that's nice. But you would come out here, you know what, I'm not even going to bother. Like, I need to get this wrapped up, guys. But I just wanted to show it off. I mean, look, the worlds are beautiful. This is just one. And you would come out, and you'd roaming around, and there's bad guys, and pop for all you shooter monkeys out there. And you got that whole first-person shooter thing going. Oh, here we do got something. Try not to suck too badly and make myself look stupid. Ooh, big critter. We got more? Oh, we got another one. Haha. Yeah, so these were big mantis queen critter. Oh, I'm on fire. Nice. Okay, so everybody can see my health dropping in the top left there. It's your health bar, and so now I'm going to hit my inhaler, and now I'm healed. And it's that simple. And so that's pretty much. What are you? Oh, you're a good guy. I don't want to shoot you. Well, not necessarily a good guy, but you're an NPC. Anyway. Yeah, guys, this is amazing game. It's pretty well put together. You can't really get stuck because you can fast travel out. I mean, you might lose a little bit of progress, or you can reload a save. And you can save pretty much anywhere, it seems, so that's no big deal. But just, it's really gorgeous. They put a lot of time into it. There's little cubby holes on the map to go and just kill little marauders, whatever, and take their loot. That type of thing. You know, you can explore, you can discover. There's lots and lots of the quests. Oh my goodness, the quests, guys. Look. I've put at least probably 20 hours, well over 12 hours, well over a dozen hours of playtime in this game. This is my completed quest list here. I'm just scrolling through it because I don't want anybody to see too many. I'm not trying to spoil details, but I mean, very deep. And you have main quest, then your side quests. You get faction quests. You get companion quests to find your, other companions or upgrade them or yada yada yada. You get science weapons, which are like special one-offs, like uniques, only where a unique is a much more powerful or unique feature on a existing weapon. The science weapons have some kind of totally off-the-wall thing, and a lot of unique perks and rules governing them and so forth. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much on the science weapons. The quests, you got companion quests, also not on my list right now because I just don't have one at the moment. You'll go into towns and the little fetch quests that just require you to run around town, talk to so-and-so, pick up such and such. This guy owes me money, pressure him and pick it up for me and I'll split it with you, those kind of things. It'll just come up as a task and be another subdivision here on your quest list. But it tracks it all well. You pick one to actually focus on that you're working on right now, and whenever you're in map, it gives you this nice pretty little bright green marker, and if you put your crosshairs on it, it tells you, okay, that's that quest objective, the captain's terminal in this case, or over the, oops, try not to do that, it's bad, that hurt, I just fell off a cliff. So, oh, and occasionally this will happen when you have different bad things happen to you. Spacer's Choice found a flaw in you, acrophobia. After repeatedly falling from a great height, you no longer function well when the ground is far beneath you. Effects: phobic, dexterity -1, perception -1, temperate -1. So in other words, I would take a 3 ability point deficit anytime I'm near cliffs and stuff like that, and in return as a reward, I would get an extra perk instantly. Now in this case, I like to get a little squirrely sometimes with jumping when I'm paying attention and stuff, and sometimes it's required in this, so yeah, I don't want that one. I'm going to reject it. But occasionally an enemy will hit you with acid and it'll say, oh, do you want to take extra acid damage from now on by like 10% in exchange for a perk or something. So the flaw perk system that you may have seen in certain other games, but I can't recall offhand another game where I've seen it so spontaneous, so organic, or what have you. But I was trying to, that's the Captain's Terminal again, but I have another one over here. So this is the Monarch weapon, and this is the Abandoned Lab weapon, because this is my quest to find. So when there's multiple objectives within a quest, you can have them. Unfortunately, you can't highlight multiple separate quests at a time, which I find to be a little bit of a flaw, but not game-breaking and not something I'm want to bust their balls over. I mean, it's not a big deal. It would just be nice if you could mark multiple ones, so maybe not even a flaw, just maybe a missed opportunity feature. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? I mean, look, it's just, wow. I like it when it looks awesome, when the game's actually awesome, not when it looks awesome so that they can put a pretty picture on the package and sell out. Oh, I think I see a bad guy. Yes, Marauder Goon. And this weapon is kind of a pain in the butt, except for big stuff. Let's crouch. There is sneak. You can do backstabs and stuff. I'm not trying to showcase all that. I just boom. Oh, and there's N-ray weapons, which are like negative energy, which you just saw there. Not only does it does like internal damage to things, but it also it's like area damage too. It'll do damage. I would have swore I saw another guy over here somewhere. Oh well. Maybe he saw me one shot the first guy and he was like, nope, I'm out. Oh, I see him popping up there on the radar. See that? Yeah, okay. And it's probably somebody's going to be like, well, it's not a very good first person shooter system. I would probably agree with something like that with my limited experience with such things. But, oops, I suck. But, I mean, it's adequate. I would say it's adequate. I mean, it gets the job done. If you're looking for a hardcore first person shooter, yeah, this isn't it. But if you're looking for something lighter and you love RPG type stuff, if you love deep storyline, I've really loved the storyline. The characters are not all cheesy and corny sounding, like it's pretty well voice acted for the most part. There are characters that I really feel endeared to, like Miss Parvati here, my engineer. She's just adorable. Um, but and this hard ass here, Ellie. She's a surgeon slash pirate. Yeah, let that go as a pirate by inclination. If you couldn't tell, she's kind of a smartass. A lot of them in the game are kind of a smartass, but I like that. Inventive, I like it. So yeah, you said. I mean, hopefully, folks, the characters are actually enjoyable, and that's a big deal. At least to me, in games like this, as an RPG enthusiast, the stories and the characters. Because like, if it's just a bunch of fetch quests and shit that I can't feel to care about because the characters just sound like idiots or like people who were just collecting a paycheck to record their voice to have this voiceover work in this game, and just did not have any. I don't get that from this game at any rate. It's definitely well put together from top to bottom. Yeah, no, there may be a couple little cracks to edges, but they're well loved cracks, well worn. I think. I think they should be. I would recommend this game to anybody just to give it a shot. It may not be your cup of tea, and that's fine, because different strokes for different folks. But, who knows? You just might like it. Or you just might know a friend that you're like, I see them playing stuff like this all the time. They got to try this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm going to try and have more content soon. I don't know how well this transfer thing worked out or is going to work out. But if you see this, I'm going to keep working at it and always trying to refine the technique and the quality for you guys. But have a swell day or evening or whatever, and take care of each other. Talk to you soon.